Welcome everyone to the Hutzel Athletic Center for today's Crossroads League matchup between the number 20 ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats and your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. Coming home doesn't always make things any easier tonight for the University of St. Francis with the Lady Cougars' fifth NAIA Top 25 opponent at the Hutzel Athletic Center. USF is playing its fourth Top 25 member in its last 5 matches. Indiana Wesleyan University is USF's first Crossroads League challenge for the Lady Cougars. The 20th ranked Wildcats putting a 5-match winning streak on the line. IWU is 1-0 in Crossroads League action. The Wildcats opened up Crossroads League play on August the 30th with a 3-0 win at visiting Spring Arbor University. That win also started Indiana Wesleyan's 5-game winning streak and extended a Crossroads League win streak over the last 2 seasons to 19 consecutive matches. The Lady Cougars are 0-4 against NAIA Top 25 opponents this season, including a 3-1 loss to Park out of Missouri on Saturday in the Hampton Inn Classic hosted by Columbia College in Missouri. Folks, we'll send it down to our PA announcer for the starting lineups and the national anthem to today's game.
Number 2, Emily Workman. Number 4, Abigail Rudd. Number 5, Megan Gardner. Number 10, Amy Palm. Number 14, Kelly Miller. Number 15, Lauren Gross. And number 16, Katie Cole. The Wildcats are coached by Candace Oates and assisted by Tori Bird and Lori Nelson. And now for your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars! First and last starters, number 1, Katerina Anastasio. Number 3, Emily Barber. Number 5, Laura Sneary. Number 6, Mackenzie Larger. Number 9, Madeline Olmo. Number 11, Sarah Hosinski. Number 14, Carson Isaac. Number 15, Ava Humpler. Number 16, Faith Vogel. Number 17, Madison Harper. Number 18, Caitlin Song. Now for your starters. Number 2, from Fort Recovery, Ohio, Cassidy Rammel. Number 4, from Muncie, Indiana, Nikki Marshall. Number 7, from Fort Recovery, Ohio, Kendra Siefring. Number 8, from Muncie, Indiana, Valerie Fleck. Number 10, from Valparaiso, Indiana, Annie Clark. Number 12, from Matawan, Michigan, Marta Pelak. And number 13, from Indianapolis, Indiana, Megan D'Agostino. Lady Cougars are coached by Scott Pettis, assisted by Seth Rossi, Neil Huff, Mark Campbell, Rachel Weaver, and Jay Norman. Let's play ball. Tonight's edition.
And there we have it, folks, the starting lineups for today's Crossroads League matchup. This is the first Crossroads League competition that the University of St. Francis will face this season for Indiana Wesleyan. This is their second Crossroads League match, as they did take on Spring Arbor in their Crossroads League opener, winning it 3-0. That was back on August 30th. Indiana Wesleyan's 2 losses. The first one came in their second match of the season against Doane out of Nebraska. Doane ranked number 16 in the country. They lost it 2-3. Wesleyan's second loss came to Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky. They are ranked number 3 in the country, and Wesleyan lost that one 1-3. Of course, St. Francis playing some heavy hitters early on in their schedule, taking on Montana Tech, who is ranked number 14, lost that match 2-3. Number 8, Columbia out of Missouri, lost it 3-0. Number 4, Park out of Missouri, lost it 1-3. And also played number 12, Missouri Baptist, losing it 1-3. So Coach Haddix and the Lady Cougars entering today's match with a 1-9 overall record, but definitely have played some serious competition. So too has Indiana Wesleyan with the jump. That's number 16, Katie Cole. Set goes to Megan D'Agostino, and point going to go to Indiana Wesleyan. So we're getting things figured out here at the hut. Looks like there might be a wet spot on the floor. We are in the first set here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break here while we figure out what's going on the floor.
with active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with, gaining knowledge and wisdom. It aligns with.
Okay, folks, we quickly got that resolved. So back to the action here. It's number 16, Katie Cole, the freshman from Grand Haven, Michigan. Set goes behind to Ann Clark. Nice placement, but just a little bit long. Wesleyan will go up 2-0. With the set down there was number 12, Marta Pelak, freshman setter out of Matawan High School. Big hit by Clark. That was picked up in the back row by number 10 for Indiana Wesleyan, Valerie Flick. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel with the kill. So Cassidy gets the first kill of the game for the Lady Cougars. St. Francis on the board. It's 2-1. Valerie Flick back to service. She's a sophomore libero out of Muncie Central High School, Muncie, Indiana. And that's going to go wide right, just to the left of number 10, Ann Fong, the sophomore DS. She's out of Naperville, Illinois, Naperville High School. Not sure if that's Naperville North or Naperville Central, but I did live in Naperville for 4 years. And Naperville Central, boy, do they have a good girls volleyball program. I witnessed Emily McGee play for Naperville Central, and she was fantastic, went to North Carolina. Okay, back to the action here. The set's going to go behind. Huge block at the net. That was Cassidy Rammel, along with number 7, Kendra Siefring. We are tied up at Wesleyan's up 3-2. Back to serve now will be Ann Clark. Of course, her sisters, Sarah and Carrie Clark, were a part of this program. Phenomenal players. Set goes over to number 8 for Indiana Wesleyan. That's Tay Thomas, but a nice dig by Valerie Flick. Now the dump shot, joust at the net, won by Indiana Wesleyan. 4-2 is your score here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. First Crossroads League match of the season for your Cougars. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel. Big hit. Was it tipped at the net? Judge says no. Once again, the setter this year for St. Francis, number 12, Marta Pelak. As we got a service error by Wesleyan. Pulls Lady Cougars to within 2. Back to serve it will be Rammel. Back on the floor. Or on the floor is Ava Kunkler for St. Francis. Rammel with the jump serve, all Crossroads League a year ago. Set goes over to Thomas, partially tipped at the net. Kunkler sends it over, nice dig by Thomas. That was Emily Workman, point to St. Francis. Lady Cougars pull within 1, 5-4. Tay Thomas leads Indiana Wesleyan with 99 kills entering today's match. Rammel, big hit. Did that fall in? It sure did for a service ace. Cougars tied up 5-5. Cassidy Rammel entering today with 11 service aces. Point going to go to Indiana Wesleyan. 6-5 your score, Iwoo. Workman, the senior setter, 5'10". She's from Tinley Park, Illinois, Chicago Christian High School. And if you're guessing, yes, the Chicagoland area, very, very good for volleyball. Wow, I don't think that was meant to be hit by Abigail Rutt, but she did keep it alive. Ann Clark sends it over, picked up in the back row by number 12. That was Rogers. Point to Wesleyan. We are in the first set here. Wesleyan leading it 7-5. With the serve is Workman, the senior. In the back row is Clark. Set goes. That was number 7 for St. Francis Siefring. Set goes behind. Big left-handed spike for number 6, Morgan Miller, the senior from Goshen, Indiana, Northridge High School. There's another good high school in Northridge. Northridge, very good girls soccer at that school. Workman once again. Rammel. Set goes over to Siefring with the kill. Siefring, a freshman, listed as at 6'1". She's a transfer from Ohio Dominican University. She's out of Fort Recovery, Ohio. Same area as Cassidy Rammel. That was Siefring with the serve. Dump shot is picked up by the setter, Pelak. Siefring from the back row. Set goes over to Thomas. Siefring once again picks it up a little bit too strong, though. Can of corn for number 5, Megan Graber. 9-6 is your score. That's Indiana Wesleyan currently on top. With the serve now will be Ann Fong. Jump service picked up by Clark, just a little too strong, but point going to go to St. Francis. Wesleyan having a hard time with that ball. Now it's the freshman, Maria Pelak. Nice play at the net by D'Agostino. Point for St. Francis. Wesleyan only up by 1 right now, 9-8. St. Francis with a strong first set here. Pelak, another jump serve at the net. That was Kunkler and Clark with the kill. Wong picks it up. And that one hit right off the side of Morgan Miller's hand. Went right into the net. We are tied up at 9. Once again, it's Pelak with the serve. She's doing a phenomenal job at the service line. Pelak to Clark. Big hit, but that was picked up by Workman. Now a big swing for number 14, and it was touched. Kelly Miller with the kill. 10-9 your score. We are in set number 1. It's number 3, Alexis Rutt. She's a junior. Abigail Rutt is a freshman, the starter. Point goes to Wesleyan. Looking at the Crossroads League standings right now, Indiana Wesleyan 7-2 overall, 1-0 in the Crossroads League. Mount Vernon, Naz, Grace, Huntington, all 1-0 in conference play. Mount Vernon Naz has a 9-3 overall record. Grace at 6-3, Huntington at 6-5. Nice dig. That was Pelak. Sent over by Rammel, just a little bit strong. Cassidy was looking for that back line, looking to drop it right in. Cassidy Rammel leads the Cougars with kills. She has 62 entering today's match. Kunkler, dump shot, goes wide right. 13-9, Wesleyan on top. And we got a timeout going to be called by Coach Scott Haddix and the Lady Cougars. Folks, today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine. The
Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center in set number 1, Indiana Wesleyan up 13-9. And with the score, it's Alexis Rutt, the junior from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, Mount Calvary Christian High School. Pelak, D'Agostino, that short set is devastating there for D'Agostino, who is only a sophomore for St. Francis. She's a 6-foot sophomore middle hitter from Cardinal Ritter High School, Indianapolis, Indiana. How about Cardinal Ritter? Number 1, their football team's undefeated to start this season. Number 2, their football team won state last year. So a lot of good things going on there at Cardinal Ritter. I'm sure they do miss D'Agostino, though. Nikki Marshall with the serve, picked up in the back row by Abigail Rutt. Left-handed swing for number 6, Miller. They're going to go back to Miller, another left-handed spike. Workman. Big hit, and that's going to hit Marshall in the back row. Point Wesleyan. Swinging it for the Wildcats was Kelly Miller, the sophomore outside hitter from Goshen, Indiana, Northridge High School. You want to know why Indiana Wesleyan's so good? Well, they got 3 players from Northridge High School out of Goshen. Big hit by Ann Clark and long. 15-10 your score. Number 16, Katie Cole. She's from Grand Haven, Michigan. Workman. Nice stop there by Pelak. Nikki Marshall, good hit to the back row, picked up by Wong. Workman. Flick's going to get to that one. Pelak saves it from going into the net. Workman, big hit, too far. Point, Lady Cougars. St. Francis pulls within 4 points now. 15-11 is your score. Number 8, Valerie Flick. Valerie opened up the season last year as the Crossroads League Player of the Week. That was in her redshirt freshman year. Rammel blocked at the net by Workman. (16-11). Back with the serve is number 12. That's Banner Rogers, a senior DS, 5'7" from Carrollton, Texas. Hebron High School. Lauren Gross with the kill. Gross is a transfer from Ball State. She's out of Hope, Indiana. Rogers with the serve. Rammel, a little strong. Marshall, Rammel. That'll be sent over by the freshman, Siefring. Nice dig by Valerie Flick. And a joust at the net goes to the Lady Cougars. 17-12 to score. Nice joust. Ann Clark. She's got a big windup. Tay Thomas. Marshall over to Rammel. Set's going to go over to Thomas. Picked up by Clark. Cassidy. Nice dig by number 4, Rutt. Thomas, too strong. Point to the Lady Cougars. St. Francis now pulls within 4. It's 17-13 is your score. Once again, it's Ann Clark back with the serve. Jump serve for Clark. The back row is Rogers. Holy moly. Point, St. Francis. St. Francis football team ranked #1 in the country coming off the 2016 National Championship. The Cougars, coached by Kevin Donnelly, who's the active winningest college football coach in the country. They won their first game on the road in North Dakota 55-7, with the Jimmies scoring a touchdown in the last minute and a half of play. The Cougars are back at home as we will host St. Francis out of Illinois, the Fighting Saints, this Saturday, 12 p.m. at Bishop Darcy Stadium. Lady Cougars with the point. They pull within 3, 18-15. Cassidy Rammel now with the serve as Nikki Marshall is going to leave the match. Short set and a huge kill for Megan Graber, freshman. She's from Lagoti, Indiana, Bar Reeve High School. It's not very often that I get cities in Indiana that I've never seen before, but LoogooTee, Point Wesleyan. Lagoti. It's Workman with the serve. Emily, flick from the back row. Set goes over to Siefring. Pelak to Siefring. That's the point. It'll be Kendra Siefring back to serve it. At 6'1". Strong first hit by Wesleyan. D'Agostino's there with the kill. So Indiana Wesleyan's going to call a timeout here at the Hut. Wesleyan leading it by 3, 20-7.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And we are back at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Lady Cougars are down 17-20 to the Indiana Wesleyan Lady Wildcats. Indiana Wesleyan, they got football players on campus now. They are excited for the season to begin in 2018. I believe they're going to open up with Taylor University, who is a natural rival for Wesleyan. And that's a service ace for number 7, Kendra Siefring. Lady Cougars now within 2, 20-18. But Wesleyan getting all excited. They got their new stadium being built. Absolutely beautiful football stadium there in Marion, Indiana. And I called it, folks, as that's a kill for number 15, Ava Kunkler. That's going to pull the Lady Cougars to within 1. Siefring once again with the serve. Ooh, dump shot. Nice dig by Valerie Flick. And Ava Kunkler, as we're tied up at 20 apiece. Outstanding kill there by Kunkler, the sophomore. Tied at 20, Siefring with the score. Serve. D'Agostino at the net, along with Pelak. Kunkler, she's in fuego, giving USF the lead, 21-20. Folks, Ava Kunkler has come in and is killing it for St. Francis, literally, with the kills. Siefring. Workman's going to set it up for Thomas. Nice pick up there by Siefring. Big swing by Graber. Point for the Lady Cougars. What a turnaround we have here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Lady Cougars hold a 2-point advantage over the number 20th ranked team in the land. Siefring serves it up. Workman. Nice dump shot there by Graber. Siefring into the net. St. Francis up by 1, 22-21. Let's hope that doesn't give the Wildcats some mojo here, as we're just 3 points away from taking set number 1. With the serve is Ann Fong. Fong, the sophomore. Hey, and how about the Lady Cougar women's soccer team? 5-0 on the season. They have been outstanding under the leadership of head coach Christy Young. And the men's soccer program here at St. Francis coming off a 7-1 win against Shawnee State. Good times here at the University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Set goes to D'Agostino with the kill. Lady Cougars just 2 points away from taking set number 1. We got a TO called by Indiana Wesleyan. Folks, let's take a look at some of these outstanding kills here by Ava Kunkler. St. Francis right here down 20-19. That was a beautiful dig there by Valerie Flick. The set goes to Kunkler, who found the opening. She did a good job of getting elevation and getting the trajectory right down in the middle of the floor. Hopefully I'll be able to talk by the time the match is over. And for her second straight kill, good block at the net there by the Lady Cougars. Another nice dig by Flick. The set goes over to Kunkler, who throws it down. That gave St. Francis the 21-20 lead, and here we are, 23-21. 2 points away from the Lady Cougars taking set number 1. It's the freshman, number 12, Marta Pelak. Fong, Workman sets it up behind her. Block at the net. Kunkler and D'Agostino. We've got set point. Valerie Flick back in. Pelak with the serve. And that's a service error. Wesleyan down by 2. Alexis Rutt, the junior. And Clark. Pelak back to Clark. Huge block. But Pelak and Flick both were able to dig it. Another block at the net. Kunkler, but that's going to go OB. Wesleyan pulls within 1. 24-23 is your score. And now we got a timeout by the Lady Cougars. Folks, Parkview Sports Medicine is the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Lady Cougars and all the Cougars on campus.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
We are back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Lady Cougars are just 1 point away from taking the first set over the number 20th ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. Some more notes from our sports information director, Bill Scott. It says the Lady Cougars are 0-4 against NEIA top 25 opponents this season, including a 3-1 loss to Park out of Missouri on Saturday in the Hampton Inn Classic hosted by Columbia College in Missouri. We'll get back to Bill Scott's wonderful notes here after this action with the serve. Alexis Rutt. Pelak. And that's blocked at the net. That was Ava Kunkler. No, that was Megan D'Agostino with the attempt. We are tied at 24. Flick out of the back row. D'Agostino looking for the dump shot. Kunkler, that was blocked at the nets. Number 15, Lauren Gross, right in the middle blocker. Set over to number 14, Miller. And Wesleyan takes the lead 25-24. Now, set point for Alexis Rutt. Kunkler. Big swing, OB. Wesleyan will win it 26-24 as we head to set number 2. Folks, once again, Fort Financial Credit Union, along with Parkview Sports Medicine, your sponsors for today's big match, the Crossroads League matchup between Indiana Wesleyan and St. Francis. Boy, these two have seen plenty of great battles here in the Hut.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where Indiana Wesleyan took the first set 26-24 over your Lady Cougars. Lady Cougars battling back after being down by 4 points in that set. And it was Ava Kunkler with back-to-back kills. Tie the match up at 20 and then give St. Francis the 21-20 lead over these Wildcats. Folks, Lauren Gross leads an IWU foursome of hitters in Crossroads League top 20 hitting percentage. Gross has a Crossroads League leading .405 hitting percentage with 84 kills. Tay Thomas leads IWU in kills with 99 and is number 7 in the Crossroads League. USF Cassidy Rammel leads USF attack with 62 kills. That's 31st best in the Crossroads League. The right-handed and is right behind Rammel is newcomer Kendra Siefring with 56. All right, so Cassidy Rammel leads St. Francis with 62 kills, and the freshman Siefring has 56. Siefring did a really good job at the service line as well there in that first set. But we're getting ready to start up set number 2 here at the Hut. As we do some substitutions before the start. Never quite understood the strategy behind all that. See what the other team brings out, and then you sub a person out, and then the new person comes in, the other team subs out. It's over my pay grade. Nikki Marshall with the serve. That was Fong out of the back row. Number 14 with the big swing, Kelly Miller. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel. Nice dig by Abigail Rutt. Marshall. Set goes behind to Ann Clark with the kill. Ann Clark, that was serious. Clark killing it here for the Lady Cougars. Nice serve by Marshall. It's going to be sent over by Lauren Gross. You can tell Coach Haddix, he's not doing as much substituting early on in the season so far, as that's going to be a kill for Wesleyan. He's brought in Ava Kunkler off the bench. But for the most part, he's been sticking with the starters. Flick from the back row. Set goes over to D'Agostino. Kelly Miller. Flick. That's going to be sent over by Clark. Fong. Short set goes to number 15, Lauren Gross, with the kill. Marshall from the back row. Pelak set it over to Clark. And that one into the net. Having a hard time handling it was Katie Cole, the freshman setter. We're tied up at deuces. Flick. Right off the top of the net. Those are tough serves to handle. And nice play at the net by Siefring and Ann Clark. Cougars up 3-2. St. Francis looking solid here in this first match. Once again, they've already taken on 4 top 25 opponents, as that's a service error. Tied at 3. Back to serve it is number 12, Banner Rogers. Nice dig by number 4, Rutt. Rammel, with the back of her fist, knocked that one over. She did a good job of switching in midair. Nice dig by Valerie Flick. Workman, oh, that's going to fall in for a point. 4-3 you score. Wesleyan on top. It'll be number 12, Banner Rogers, the senior from Carrollton, Texas, Hebron High School. And maybe my scoreboard's wrong. Oh no, I was right. There's Cassidy Rammel. Set goes back over to Rammel with the kill, with authority. Rammel certainly can swing it. Last year she'd go on runs, be double-digit kills in the match. Ooh, dump shot. That was picked up by Rammel. Sending it over was Clark. Tay Thomas blocked at the net by number 12, Pelak, the freshman, and Siefring, the freshman. Two very good freshmen for St. Francis. Off the antenna, point. Lady Cougars up 5-4. Be a point for Wesleyan. Five to 5. We're all tied up here in set number 2. Ooh, quick set to Siefring, and that was blocked by Thomas along with number 5, Graber. Wesleyan controlling the net early on. Take lead, 6-5. With the serve will be Abigail, freshman libero. Jump serve, flick. Pelak over to Rammel. Rutt with a nice dig. Workman sends it over. Pelak that time to Siefring with the kill. Ava Kunkler is going to enter the match for Nikki Marshall. Rammel's jump serve. Thomas, that's a little bit long. No. They're going to call that being tipped. Yes, it was. Point Wesleyan, 7-6 your score. Up next for these Wildcats, they will host Taylor University before a 2-game stretch on the road, 2-match stretch on the road against Mount Vernon Naz in Huntington. That was Emily Workman, service error. We're tied at 7. 7-7. Cougar men's soccer team back in action tomorrow with a 1 p.m. kickoff. That's right. It's a school day, 1 p.m. kickoff at Bishop Darcy Stadium for the soccer squad. Point for St. Francis with the net violation. Cougars will be taking on Mo Baptist. Set Mo Baptist, that's outside of St. Louis. You're looking about a 5-hour drive. Set goes behind to number 6, Morgan Miller with the kill. 8-8. Wesleyan was down 24-22 in set number 1 before coming back to win it 26-24. Ann Fong with the serve. Kill for Megan D'Agostino. That is going to give St. Francis back the lead at 9-8. Pelak, Fong, and at the net, Ann Clark. And controlling the net there for the Lady Cougars. We got a 2-point advantage right now for the ladies in Cougar Blue. Service ace. Gonna go to Pelak. And we got a timeout called by Wesleyan. Down 11-8 here at the Hut. Folks, Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Lady Cougars and all the Cougar athletes here on the campus of St. Francis. Fort Financial Credit Union, proud supporter of Cougar athletics.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Back here at the hut, just 15 seconds away from resuming action. Once again, the Lady Cougars did drop set one, 26-25. Ava Kunkler really getting it done here. In that first set, Kunkler with 2 straight kills to give St. Francis the lead in that first set, but the Cougars did go on to drop it. All right, I'm back. Had to get that tweet out real quick. Number 3, back to serve it, Alexis Rutt. For Rutt, she's only played 6 matches this season. D'Agostino and St. Francis extend that lead 12-9. Alexis Rutt has played in 9 games, 6 matches, has 3 service aces, 3 digs on the season. It's Nikki Marshall back to serve it now for the Lady Cougars. (12-9) the score. Workman sets it up. Big block at the net. Rammel and D'Agostino. Back behind, number 14 with the kill, Kelly Miller. The sophomore outside hitter at 5'11". Entering the match is going to be Katie Cole, the freshman setter. She'll enter to serve it up. 12-10 to serve. Cole with the serve. So how about 12-10 your score? And that's going to fall in for a point. Just in case anybody at home is wondering, yes, I woke up at 4:30 a.m. Wednesday is the days that we have early morning practice for the Cougar football team. So it's been a long day, but always happy to bring the Lady Cougars action to you into your living rooms or wherever you're watching this game. Set goes behind, and Clark. Cole, ooh, short set to Gross, who finished it. We're tied up at 12s. Folks, anybody out there watching want to become a sponsor of USF Athletics? Contact us. We got plenty of room here on the screen for another sponsor logo. Point to Wesleyan, 13-12 your score. Katie Cole. Set goes over to Rammel. Just a bit long. Oh, point goes to St. Francis. We are tied at 13. I apologize, but I misspoke. Valerie Flick now to serve it up, the sophomore. Valerie from Cohen High School. Set goes behind, dump shot for Gross. Clark, big hit. Fong picks it up. Fong looked behind her like she thought it was going to go behind. Workman. And Siefring with the kill. Kendra Siefring, a pleasure to watch. Always fun to see, which freshmen are going to step up and fill their buckets. Kendra Siefring, along with Maria Pelak, have been outstanding. Cole with the set, and running up, that was Pelak with the dig. Outstanding effort there for Pelak, but we are tied at 14. Now with the serve is Banner Rogers. Marshall. Siefring with the kill. This back and forth match continues to do just that. Bunch of athletes in attendance here at the hut. Got some of the Lady Cougar soccer players, some of the football players. As that's knocked right into the net. Cougars now the 2-point advantage, up 16-14 here in set number 2. It'll be Ann Clark with the serve. Cole set it up there for Gross. Rammel. Rutt over to Workman. Nice block. That was Siefring and Rammel. Tay Thomas from the back row is Marshall to pick it up. Cassidy Rammel with the kill. That'll give St. Francis a 3-point advantage. Clark. Set goes over to Thomas. Just a bit long. Cougars up by 4. Katie Cole, the freshman, she's got good communication. You can hear her talking all the way from up here in the crow's nest, as we like to call it. Kill for Wesleyan. Katie Cole's a good leader out there. 18-15 is your score. Although you got to start getting loud when your team's down by 4. Now only down by 3. Marshall, quick set. Siefring, just a bit outside. Tried the corner and missed. 18-16 is your score. This will be Rutt with the serve. Not Alexis, but Abigail. Siefring, good dig. That was Cole. Workman. Marshall from the back row. Rammel blocked at the net by Wesleyan. Marshall, huge hit as Rutt picks it up. And that's going to be just a bit wide for Megan Graber. Lady Cougars up by 3, 19-16. As Ava Kunkler is going to rejoin the match. Marshall leaves. With the serve is Rammel. There's Banner Rogers. Kendra Siefring just way too much here for this Indiana Wesleyan squad in set number 2. We're up by 4. Rammel. And that's going to be just a bit long. Service error there for number 2, the junior. Rammel, who does not leave the floor for St. Francis, is way too valuable. I believe that's Emily Workman, number 2, serving it up. Flick. Set goes behind to Siefring with the kill. That was Pelak to Siefring. Get used to it. It'll be Siefring to serve. 4-point ad for the Lady Cougars. Workman short set. Holy cow. That was a kill and a half for Megan Graber. But she only gets 1 point. That one snuck up there on Rammel. But she's okay. She's a volleyball player. Fong. Pelak over to Ava Kunkler. That's going to fall in for a point. Kunkler with the precision hitting. Once again, back to serve, Maria Pelak, 5'8" freshman. kill for Graber. Wesleyan pulls back to within 3. Up next for your Fighting Lady Cougars. Really just Lady Cougars, but up next at Huntington, then at Grace and at Goshen. 3-match homestand coming up for the Lady Cougars. Ava Kunkler once again, she's scoring in bunches here. Set number 1 and now set number 2. As Marshall goes back to serve. Yeah, Indiana Wesleyan's going to call a timeout as we will take a break up here in the booth. Once again, this is University of St. Francis Cougar Athletics, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
So it's Nikki Marshall with the serve for St. Francis. Nikki, a sophomore DS from Muncie Central, Muncie, Indiana. Set goes behind, and Clark with the kill. We got set point here as the score is 24-19, St. Francis. Marshall. Workman going to set it up. Not the best set there for number 15, but a point, because I believe we got a net violation here for St. Francis. 24-20 to score. Katie Cole with the serve. Set goes over to Rammel. Blocked at the net, double hit. As the second set will go to St. Francis, 25-20. We are tied up at 1 set apiece, entering set number 3. Folks, we're going to take a 10-minute intermission here before we get back with you for set number 3.
Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
How do you design one of the most advanced DRs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Back here at the hut. And I don't think we're taking that 10-minute intermission here. I think that's going to happen after the third set. Oh, we will see. But once again, outstanding play here. St. Francis nearly took the first set, up 24-22, but a big rally by Indiana Wesleyan gave them that first set. And folks, remember, Indiana Wesleyan entered today winning 5 straight games, so they had extended that to 6 straight games before the Lady Cougars took that second set. Looking at the national top 25 rankings, Hastings out of Nebraska is ranked number 1. Viterbo out of Wisconsin is ranked number 2. Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky is ranked number 3. Park out of Missouri is ranked number 4, and Westmont out of California is ranked number 5. Indiana Wesleyan comes in at number 20, and they are the only Crossroads League team, I take that back. Marion's receiving votes. They've got 21. They've got 21 points, and to put it into perspective, Hastings out of Nebraska has 589. So some of the top players here in today's match, once again, it's Emily Workman, 66 kills, 158 assists, 14 service errors, 69 digs, 8 blocks for Indiana Wesleyan. Abigail Rutt, 1 kill, 26 assists, 19 service aces, but leads all players with 155 digs. She has 0 blocks. For St. Francis, Valerie Flick, 30 kills, 8 assists, 6 service aces, 90 digs, 6 blocks. Maria Pelak, 18 kills, 129 assists, 5 service aces, 42 digs, 5 blocks. That's the freshman, Maria Pelak. Kendra Siefring and Pelak are 2 outstanding sophomores for St. Francis. So we're all set here in the third set. With the serve, there was number 16, Katie Cole. Big swing for the outside hitter, Kelly Miller, the sophomore. Fong up to Cole. Nice block at the net, D'Agostino and Ann Clark. Lady Cougars looking for the upset here. As Valerie Flick's gonna serve. We're tied up at 1 set apiece. That's going to be sent over by Siefring. Set goes behind to Workman. Nice block. Cassidy Rammel, but it goes OB. 1-1. It's number 12, Banner Rogers. Wesleyan up now 2-1. In recent results, Goshen beat Anderson 3-1, and Mount Vernon Naz lost to Denison 3-1. Thomas just a bit outside, point St. Francis. And Clark now with the serve. Out of the back row was 12, Banner Rogers. Workman was able to get that through the block. Cassidy Rammel with the kill. Nice way to respond by Rammel. This will be a huge upset if the Lady Cougars can keep this pace going. Currently up 3-2. Clark. Oh, miscommunication. That's an ace for Ann Clark. In that back row there, it's Abigail Rutt and Banner Rogers. Cole in the middle of the floor for Wesleyan, as that's a service error into the net. Wesleyan down 4-3. Jump serve. Rammel. That was Pelak over to Siefring. Cole, short set to Graber. We're tied up at 4. Jump serve by Rutt. Pelak over to Rammel, but that's a little bit too strong. Wesleyan up now 5-4. Flick calls for it. Rammel right over to Tay Thomas. That's trouble for Cole, but a good job by Rutt saving it. Siefring into the net and point, Lady Cougars. Ava Kunkler gonna join. Marshall taking a breather. Cassidy Rammel with the serve for St. Francis. Tay Thomas, huge hit. That was Carrie Clark. Kept alive, but no points going to be awarded to St. Francis. Lady Cougars up 6-5. Sports Information Director Bill Scott with some updated stats here for you. We had 8 lead changes there in the second set. Only 2 lead changes there in the first set. But Cassidy Rammel currently with 5 kills. Kendra Siefring leads St. Francis with 9 kills. Leading Indiana Wesleyan's Lauren Gross with 8 kills. We're tied up at 6s. Back to serve it is Emily Workman. Workman with 1 kill, 2 errors, 11 assists. It's Maria Pelak, though, for St. Francis. She's got 23 assists to lead all players. Point, Wesleyan. Valerie Flick with 12 digs. That's going to lead all players in this match so far as well. So those are the stats after the second set. And that's going to fall in for a point. Wesleyan got luck on its side. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Not to say Wesleyan's not good, but you understand what I'm saying. Kunkler with the kill. Ava Kunkler has been outstanding in this match. She has been a breath of fresh air off the bench. Valerie Flick's going to take a breather as Siefring set to serve it up. Boom. Out of the back row was Banner Rogers. I do like that name, Banner. I don't know that I've ever seen it before. Not that I haven't seen the word Banner, but just as a first name. Wesleyan up 9-7. Speaking of banners, we got the senior football banners hung in the corridor of Bishop Darcy Stadium. The correlation. Fong with the serve. Into the net. Service error. Indiana Wesleyan pulls St. Francis to within 1. 9-8 is your score. So it's Maria Pelak with 23 assists after 2 sets with the service error. Wesleyan's up 10-8. That's Alexis Rutt with the serve. Rammel. Pelak right to Megan D'Agostino. She's a middle hitter. Kunkler once again with the kill. 10-9 your score. Kunkler continuing to do good things when on the court. Nikki Marshall with the serve. Rammel. Set goes behind to Clark. And point going to St. Francis. So I believe we might have been out of, I'm not sure what was wrong with Indiana Wesleyan there, but we're tied at 10. Rutt, Workman, and that block's going to go OB, the kill to Kelly Miller. Cole back in the match for the Lady Wildcats. Hard to say who the best player for the Wildcats is. They're all pretty good. Gross and Cole stand out, as that's a kill for Miller. Obviously, she's been standing out the last 2 minutes. Cole jump serve. Marshall. D'Agostino looking for the back row, just a bit long, as number 10, Ann Fong, lets it go long. Good eye for Fong. Cole, jump serve. Marshall. Ooh, that set intended for D'Agostino, left short. Clark trying to race up. We got a timeout going to be called by St. Francis coach Scott Haddix. Coach Haddix is in his 4th season with St. Francis. The coach of Indiana Wesleyan is Candace Moats, and she's in her 16th season.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, the score is Indiana Wesleyan 14, your Lady Cougars 10. And we are tied at 1 set apiece here in set number 3. And with the serve, it's Katie Cole. Flick from the back row. Pelak over to Cassidy Rammel. Workman got a piece of that one at the net. Block OB, point Wesleyan. Lauren Gross there in the middle of the floor for Indiana Wesleyan, causing havoc for the Cougar offense. It'll be Cole once again with the serve. Right into the net. Cougars pull to within 4, 15-11. With the serve now will be number 8, libero, Valerie Flick. Abigail Rutt, the libero for Indiana Wesleyan. Block at the net by Siefring and Clark. Workman, just a bit long. Point, Lady Cougars. St. Francis now pulling to within 3. It's Valerie Flick. Cole behind her. And that's a nice block by Cassidy Rammel. Siefring also in the area 15-13 is your score. And we got a timeout called by Indiana Wesleyan.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Okay, so back here at the hut, we're just 30 seconds away from resuming play here in set number 3. Wesleyan up 15-13. Let's look at some more of these stats. This is after 2 sets. Indiana Wesleyan in set number 1 had a hitting percentage of 45%. In set number 2, 51. St. Francis in set number 1, 42%. And set number 2, 64%. Actually, that's the side out percentage. And St. Francis leads it 52% to 48%. I know what you're thinking. I need to refresh my volleyball stats. I agree. Kill at the net, Kelly Miller. (16-13) with the serve is number 12, Banner Rogers. Rammel. Good block there by number 15, Lauren Gross. Folks, she's a senior at 6'2". Rammel. Pelak right to Siefring. Siefring continuing to rack up the kills. Once again, after 2 sets, she had 9 kills to lead all players. It's Kendra Siefring and Clark with the serve. That was a good dig from the back row, Banner Rogers. And the kill for Emily Workman. 18-14 now, Wesleyan on top. Abigail Rutt, jump serve, flick from the back row, punched up. Set goes to number 5, blocked at the net, Graber. Good block there by Siefring, Pelak. Ava Kunkler is gonna enter the match for Nikki Marshall. That's a service ace for Cassidy Rammel. Cassidy out of Fort Recovery, Ohio, pulls the Lady Cougars to within 2. That was Rogers out of the back row. Workman, holy moly! And what a return by Valerie Flick. Wow, is that something, folks? That ball was hit hard. I'll have to get out of the replay, but hopefully we can get back to show you that one. St. Francis pulls to within 1, but now Wesleyan with another point on the service error. Entering the match for Wesleyan is Morgan Miller in for Cole. Emily Workman to serve it up. 19-17. What a great dig there by Valerie Flick. Siefring nearly coming up with the kill. Set goes over to Miller. Flick is there. Set over to Ava Kunkler with the kill. Kunkler once again getting it done. D'Agostino's going to enter the match as Valerie Flick's going to take a breather. Siefring. Workman set. That's a kill for Megan Graber. 2-point advantage for Indiana Wesleyan. Lots of players getting on the floor here for IWU. One of those being Ann Fong to serve it up. Right-handed serve. Rammel from the back row. Clark to Fong. Set behind. Big hit there by Morgan Miller and a nice dig for a flick. But Wesleyan's up 21-18. And we got a timeout going to be called by Coach Haddix and the Lady Cougars. Indiana Wesleyan up 21-18. Folks, let's take another look at this fantastic dig here by Valerie Flick. Good set here by Wesleyan. Comes here to the right side. That was a beautiful dig and placed it right where none of the Lady Wildcats were. So that was a smart play for Valerie Flick. Valerie's stats after 2 sets. She had 2 service errors and 12 digs. Cassidy Rammel had 5 kills, 5 errors, 20 total attacks, 1 service ace, 1 service error, and 2 digs. Once again, Kendra Siefring led St. Francis with 11.5 points, 9 kills, 2 errors, 17 total attacks, 1 service ace, 5 digs, and 1 block. Back here at the hut, 21-18, and it will be Fong with the serve. Cassidy Rammel came up for the dig. D'Agostino keeps it alive. Kunkler is blocked OB, point St. Francis. Lady Cougars now pull within 2, 21-19. Now, folks, after this set, we will have a 10-minute intermission. That was Pelak with the serve. And big hit by Kelly Miller. Went right off the Home of the Cougars logo. That was a ricochet. 22-19. Alexis Rutt, the junior, defensive specialist. Oh, they're going to call a double hit there on Megan D'Agostino, or carry. Wesleyan up 23-19. Alexis Rutt, boom. Knuckler, it's long. 3-point advantage right now for Indiana Wesleyan. Nikki Marshall back into the match to serve. Big hit. Nice dig by Pelak. Rammel finds the opening. That's going to pull St. Francis to within 2. 23-21 your score. Marshall. Just a bit long. You know, that's the second time in this match that Ann Fong has been right on target with letting that ball go long. Good eye there by Ann Fong. Cole. Pelak over to Rammel. Nice pickup by Pelak. And good placement by Lauren Gross, as Indiana Wesleyan will take the third set 25-21. Folks, we're going to take a break up here in the booth as the teams take a intermission, and we will be back with you shortly for set number 4. We are back, folks, for some more Lady Cougar volleyball action. What an exciting match we have going on here. Indiana Wesleyan's up 2-1. They took set one, 26-24. They lost set number 2, 25-20. Won set number 3, 25-21. Getting ready to start set number 4 here. Apologize about the whole intermission thing. It appears that is fake news. So we're not going to have the 10-minute intermission. We're just going to serve it up with Nikki Marshall, who has done a great job in today's match. Marshall into the net. That is referred to as the broadcaster's jinx, so that's my bad. Indiana Wesleyan's up 1-0. Cole with the serve, the freshman setter for Wesleyan. Rutt over to Workman. And D'Agostino there with the block and then sends it over. Pelak behind her goes to Ann Clark. Big hit there by Ann. Nice dig by, that was number 12, Pelak coming up from the back row. Just a bit wide. 2-0, Wesleyan on top. This match started at 7 o'clock. It is currently 8:35, so moving along nicely. Point Wesleyan. Once again, it's Katie Cole. Pelak over there to Ann Clark with the kill. That was right off of Abigail Rutt. First point of the set for the Lady Cougars. Currently up 3-1. Valerie Flick. That's Fong. Cole going to set it up right in the middle for number 14, Miller. Rammel. Good dig by Fong. And a huge block. Ann Clark. Kendra Siefring. And Lady Cougars waiting for the point to be awarded. That's a point for St. Francis. At least that's what I'm guessing. I was right the last time. It's probably about 2 or 3 occasions. Spot on. No binoculars needed here from the Crow's Nest. High school volleyball in the area. Bishop Dwenger is ranked number 1 in Class 3A. There you go. 3 for 3. Batting 100. Haha, batting 1,000. If I was 1 for 10, I'd be batting 100. Holy moly. Valerie Flick got a little TO here as Indiana Wesleyan coach Candace Moats getting some clarification there from the ref. Cole, Workman, Marshall. Set goes over to Rammel. Fong doing a good job chasing it down. Workman, big hit, tipped at the net, point Wesleyan. St. Francis going toe-to-toe here with Wesleyan. Lady Cougars currently ranked as the last place team in the Crossroads League, but not looking like it today. Point going to go to Lauren Gross and the Wildcats. Of course, Gross is a senior for Indiana Wesleyan. Into the net. 2-point advantage now for the Wildcats. Starting to get chilly here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as the fall weather is definitely creeping in. Set, and a nice block at the net. Kendra Siefring along with Maria Pelak. St. Francis pulls within 1. Clark jump serve. Cole, short set. Gross was there to knock it over. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel. Big hit right into the body of Rutt. Nice dig by Marshall and a good job of keeping it here on the Cougars' end. Big hit by Rammel. Out of the back row was number 12. Banner Rogers, point to Wesleyan. Rammel. Set goes over to Siefring with the dump shot. Ooh, big kill. Workman off a flick. 7-4 your score. Rammel winding up. Pelak gets it to fall. So 7-5, Cougars trailing it by 2 to the Wildcats. Coming into the match is Ava Kunkler. Kunkler has been doing some good things on the floor for the Lady Cougars. Cougars really only rotating about one player, and that's going to be a kill for Wesleyan. Kunkler will come out. Marshall will go back in. Every once in a while, Flick will come out. Jump serve by Workman, picked up by Clark. Nice kill, Kendra Siefring. Lady Cougars pull back within 2. Workman, it's blocked at the net. D'Agostino and Pelak. Just a bit outside. That was Marcy Miller, excuse me, freshman outside hitter. We are tied up at 8. Siefring. Long set. And it was a double hit on the set. Cougars take the lead 9-8. Siefring, once again. Right-handed serve into the net. Valerie Flick gonna hop back on the floor. Back to being tied up at 9s. Fong. Ava Kunkler. Throwing it down. Ava Kunkler has been fun to watch in this match. I believe during her freshman year, she started off the season a little injured, but worked her way back into it and became quite a player for Coach Haddix towards the end of the season. Wesleyan's going to tie it back up at 10s. A little tough to do replays in volleyball, such a fast-paced game. That's Alexis Rutt with the serve. Kunkler. Ball's in. The sophomore knows what she's doing. Ava Kunkler from Jay County High School out of Portland, Oregon. That's the same high school as Kagan Comer. who graduated last year, no longer on the men's basketball team. One of my favorites, Kagan Comer. Marshall. Into the net. Hit by Kelly Miller. Lady Cougars up 12-10. We got a timeout going to be called by Coach Candace Moats and the Indiana Wesleyan Lady Wildcats.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Here at the Hut, it's 12-10. Your Lady Cougars leading it here in set number 4. Indiana Wesleyan leads the match 2-1. As Wesleyan's going to pull within 1 here, 12-11. It'll be Katie Cole with the serve. Boom, and Clark with the kill. That was a big kill there by Ann Clark. Sent over. Pelak. Flick over to Ann Clark. Clark who just had that big kill. Dump shot. Kept alive by Pelak. Cole. Big hit by number 14, Miller. Marshall sends it over. We got a long rally going. Point Wesleyan. See if we can't sneak this big kill in real quick. Boom! That's always fun. With the serve, that was number 12, Banner Rogers. Siefring blocked at the net. We're going to be tied up at 13. Time it's Marshall as the set goes over to Siefring. Looking to reach that corner there, about a ball's length just outside. Wesleyan up by 1, 14-13. Pelak over to Rammel. She too is going to try to find the corner, and it's long. Wesleyan up by 2. Marshall from the back row. Big swing there by Siefring. That'll be a point for Wesleyan, up by 3, 16-13. Ann Clark. Big swing by Workman. That ball's in for a point. So 17-13, Wesleyan with a 4-point advantage as we got a timeout going to be called by the Lady Cougars. Over here, this is set number 4. As Valerie Flick hits it up to the front row. Ava Kunkler once again sneaking it in. And then one that never gets old. Check out the power here from Ann Clark. As we'll go super slow-mo. The set goes behind from Pelak. Clark, boom! Not much you can do about that. All that being said, Indiana Wesleyan's up right now, 17-13. Lady Cougars, their first Crossroads League match of the season. Hoping to start off conference play 1-0. Wesleyan's already 1-0 after beating Spring Arbor in their first match. That was back on August 30th. 17-13 your score. Rammel blocked at the net. Nice dig by Flick, sent over by Siefring. Cole sets it up. Workman's there. Bounding around, Flick keeps it alive. Cole, what a set to Marcy Miller. Perfectly placed. Marshall. And Siefring nearly got that one to fall. Cassidy Rammel. Good dig there by Rutt. We got a double hit here for Indiana Wesleyan. Cougars stop the bleeding here, down 18-14. Clark. Big kill. Once again, it's Marcy Miller. Coming alive here in set number 4 is Miller. Marshall from the back row. Set goes over to Rammel. And that's off. Thought that was off Wesleyan. Out of bounds. 20-14. And we got a timeout going to be called by Coach Scott Haddix. Once again, Parkview Sports Medicine is the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Cougars. Fort Financial Credit Union, a proud sponsor of Cougar Athletics.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Back here at the hut, we are in set number 4 with Indiana Wesleyan leading it 20-14. Lady Cougars did take set number 2, 25-20 from the number 20 ranked team in the country, Indiana Wesleyan. Wesleyan, pretty much year in, year out, they win the, I believe it's called the Champions Cup. But basically, when you combine the success of all the teams on campus, Wesleyan normally ends up number 1 in the Crossroads League, but right there on their tails is Marian University, the Knights out of Indianapolis. Rammel with the kill. Making it look so easy was Cassidy Rammel. A couple more of those, and we're right back in this thing, 20-15 to score. It's going to be Rammel back to serve it. Rammel is, I believe she's a nursing major. Probably the most popular program here at St. Francis. Cole partially blocked it. That was Pelak and Siefring. Pelak's going to set it up for Kunkler. Looking for the dump shot. Just went wide left. 21-15. Workman. Siefring, that's going to sneak in there for the kill. Cougars pull back to within 5, 21-16. D'Agostino back into the match as Valerie Flick's going to take a breather. It'll be Kendra Siefring with the serve. From the back row is number 12, Banner Rogers. Short set. That was Megan Graber, just a bit long for Graber. St. Francis down by 4. Ann Clark now out of the match for the Lady Cougars. Dump shot picked up by Flick. Kunkler with the kill. Ava Kunkler knows exactly where to hit it. Kunkler, apologize, I do not have updated stats, but Kunkler is going to be one of the leaders when it's all said and done for St. Francis at the end of this match. With the kill there for Wesleyan, Morgan Miller. Fong gonna be reinserted into the match to serve. And Fong. In for St. Francis is number 11, Sarah Hosinski, junior defensive specialist. Pelak over to Kunkler. Nice dig by Rutt. Short set. And Workman with the double hit. Actually, I don't think it was a double hit. 22-19, Cougars pull within 3. Pelak to serve. Workman. Huge swing there by Morgan Miller as that falls in for a point. Siefring gonna re-enter the match for Hosinski. (23-19), 4-point advantage for Wesleyan. Pelak, Kunkler looking for the dump shot. Beautiful decision making there by Ava Kunkler as Morgan was up in the air. Really had nothing she could do with that shot. Nikki Marshall with the serve. Good dig by Valerie Flick. Rammel with the kill. Lady Cougars pull within 2 now, 23-21. It's going to be Nikki Marshall once again with the serve. Clark, D'Agostino, Pelak at the net. Nope, that's Rammel, and D'Agostino throws it down. One more point. Lady Cougars to tie this thing up. We got a timeout going to be taken by Indiana Wesleyan coach Candace Moats. Her team leads it 23-22.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to the Hutzel Athletic Center. This is the opening home match of the season for your Lady Cougars, currently down 2-1 to the 20th ranked team in NAIA, Indiana Wesleyan. Nikki Marshall. And Rutt cannot handle that one. That's a service ace as we're tied at 23. Beautiful serve there for Nikki Marshall. That's a service error. Point to Wesleyan. We got match point now. And entering the match to serve it for Indiana Wesleyan is Katie Cole, number 16. Flick. Set goes over to Rammel. Just a bit long. Indiana Wesleyan will take it 25-23. Folks, thanks so much for joining us for today's match. Once again, Wesleyan, they're going to win it 3-1, 26-24. St. Francis 25-20. Wesleyan wins the next two 25-21 and 25-23. Once again, my name is Jeff Mahoney. You're watching Cougar Athletics here. Until next time, folks, have a wonderful week. Tomorrow we do have men's soccer at 1 p.m. and then the home opener for our Cougar football team this Saturday with a 12 p.m. kickoff.